pay school fees, CG.
Hey, boss.
Hi. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, you really African. You look like African.
Do I?
Yeah, you really look like. If I am to like shows you where you from, you might be Nigerian, Ghana. You might be Ghanaian.
I want to know.
Yeah, so due to that, a lot of black Americans used to come here, and they trace their roots.
Yeah.
And I'm here. I can really help you to find your root, bro.
So I did trace mine. I used, you know, what we have in the States. You do the DNA, whatever. It said mostly West African, Senegalese, Cameroonian, Ghanaian, but mostly Igbo.
Wow, Rastafari. Welcome home, brother. Welcome home. Brother. So actually, my name is Niakwe. My tribe is Gan. So I'm a Gan tribe and born and raised in the Gan community. And this is Jamestown. But the original name of Jamestown is Odododiodo because the slave masters find it difficult to pronounce it. Because they can't pronounce it, it was changed into Jamestown. But the original name is Odododiodo. Odododiodo. And the meaning of Odododiodo is let's come together. Really? Let's come together.
One love, brother. One love.
Rastafari. So anyway, I give informations and histories to people that lives in overseas. When they comes, I drop the message to them so that they might know their history, so that when they get back to the US or when they get back to where they live, they might also spread the history of Africa to a family and friends. Yes. So actually it was Portuguese and the Swedish in Cape Coast. That was 1471. And Danish and the Dutch and the British were here into 15th, into 16th centuries. But it was British that really stays for a long period of time here. That is why Jamestown is the oldest part of Accra. The history really starts from Jamestown British. So when you arrived here, we have so many things that built by the British slave masters. We have the lighthouse which built in 1833 by the British. We have the building also that's known as the French Port and Harbour we have by the British. When we had independence 1957, the Prime Minister abandoned the port and harbour we have by the British to Tema. So over 17,000 population of local Ghanaian people lives right there. But due to political reasons, the leaders and the Chinese make one and break over 17,000 houses down. And now it's owned by the Chinese, which is now owned by the Chinese, which is money slavery. The harbour is owned by the British. And then there's white building over there, which known as the first port and the first British fort that built by the British.
So which of this is owned by the Chinese?
The fishing harbour. The fishing harbour owned by the harbour. The harbour where they do fishing. And then the white building over there known as the French, known as the British fort that built in 1633.
So question, how did the Chinese buy it and
money
why?
Slavery, money slavery.
Well, yeah, I know, just like they do in Rwanda, they build the roads.
They have to like negotiate with the leaders of Ghana. So they deal with the president, the ministers, the chiefs, the queens.
But what does Ghana get in return?
They will tell you they are coming to build this for you and me, but later it becomes the Chinese. So even if you are to fight, you will still get to where you want to get because the leaders are behind them.
So my thing is, I guess my question is, it was the Dutch, then it was the British, but now it seems to be like the Chinese.
The Chinese are the next slave masters.
Yes.
The Chinese are the next slave masters, and they are coming like fire.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. They're everywhere.
They're coming like fire.
So let's go take a look. I'm curious. Are we going to the top of the lighthouse?
So actually, the lighthouse is under maintenance, so we can't go up of the lighthouse.
Okay.
Yeah. So this old man here called James Barnard. James Barnard was born and raised in Jamestown, and he's the first photographer, the first that makes photos in Jamestown. So James Barnard was celebrating his 90th birthday. So he's trying to prove to the world that he is the one that has the old pictures because he has the first photo studio in Jamestown. So during his birthday, it's based all over Jamestown. We have a lot of old photos that James Barnard produced out.
Okay.
So this is very old building, and then you can see at first how the lighthouse is.
Yeah.
And then this was at first it used to be a courtyard.
So what did all of this used to look like before the development and the road and the cars and all of this? Was it all one?
It was all one. It was all one.
With did it have a wall? Like
It doesn't have a wall. That's how
Okay.
it is. Yeah.
But it was a fort,
Yes,
right?
Yes, please.
So
the fort is over there. The fort is over there. The white building.
So are there any like cannons or weapons?
Yeah, we
or-
were having kennels and weapons. The kennels were already like been fixed. That shows, the mast shows to the ocean. But you know, it makes people sad and very people annoyed of when they see kennels, and then when they heard about the story. So the kennels was being like rid off from where it have to position it. I think we have to leave it as history, but when people see it, it makes people crazy. So they put all those kennels out.
So where did the 17,000 African people go when the Chinese came?
Homeless, they are homeless. I'm part of the 17,000. I told you I run a charity foundation called Keep Off the Street Foundation. I have over 520 kids, intermediate and the beginners, from 6 years up to 15 years. Those who cannot read and write. I help them with lunch, books, pencils, uniforms, clothes, toys, hospital bills. And then this is what I do to help. To give them a lunch per whole week cost me like 600 to 700 American dollars per whole week. And this is the only way I raise money to help. And my school is just back of the lighthouse, which I'm still operating the school. And then one reason why I run the school is that ages from 13, 14 years, girls get pregnant at early stages due to lack of money, lack of poor family, and then lack of education because the parents hasn't been to school before. So most of the kids, when they started growing up and they are with their mother, the main job they do here is fishing. So the girls have to join their parents to smoke the fish, and then they are the same person to carry the fish on the head to go to the market and sell. And sometimes when they don't get as much money as they want, on their way going, these guys tricks them and then sell
prostitution.
Not prostitution as such. They comes in and then asks for money, and then when they give you money today, tomorrow the guy asks for sex, and then they become a partnership as boyfriend and girlfriend. And boyfriend and girlfriend, they haven't got to that stage to do boyfriend and girlfriend. So the girl have to sneak to the guy room, and then by the time we realize she's pregnant. Which these are some of the challenges we face here. And then the boys also have to climb the ocean on early stages, ages from 9 years, 10 years. And then these Chinese big ships come in Africa and fishes all the fish away. And then a lot of accidents happens on top of the ocean. So to avoid that is to like give them early education. So early morning we go around and capture them and take them to the school.
So do the Chinese own the fish that come out of the harbor?
Actually, one thing is the Chinese have finished their building, the old building they are doing.
So what are they building?
They are building a fishing harbor, which very soon their trolleys, their ships will come in here.
Yeah. So is it going to be like a dock too, where the boat can dock and people can get off?
Yes, please.
So it's going to be like all of that?
Yes, please.
So why did they burn it down to rebuild it?
They know actually the people who lived there was Ghanaian people living there with their wooden houses. So like before they have to knock let the people move out there before they start doing anything.
So you as a Ghanaian, how do you feel about your land and your country being owned by other
I've been
people?
even fighting the Chinese. I don't like them at all, but what can we do? If I am to fight and then we are not much as much that we can even fight with the leaders or fight with the Chinese, if just me, I might go to jail.
So what would you tell the government?
We've been telling them there's a lot of people here that has money that can do what the Chinese are doing, but the agreement they're gonna give to you and me, we might not allow it. You that you have your money that you want to like invest here, they have to allow you to invest it and then make profit out of it. But they'll never give it to you because they're gonna tell you some shit. They're gonna tell you that it's 90-10. The government will take 90% and you the one that's spending money to do it, you take 10%. So you might never like that agreement.
Yeah.
But the Chinese, even if you have to tell them 95%, 5%, the Chinese will still do it because they know what they want. They know what they want.
Well, I mean, Africa has all the resources.
Yeah.
So even if the government takes 95% of profit, the Chinese know that there is something valuable in that 5% that they get. When there are Black Americans who want to come and help and develop and invest money and build businesses and build buildings and houses. But you know, the Ghanaian government, there's this, they talk about the year of return, but it was a false promise.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, what happens when we get here?
Yeah. Thank you, my brother, for coming out with that vibe of calling Black Americans. I love that word. Black Americans, that shows that Black Americans, you are from Africa. So I am trying to let every Black American knows that we shouldn't wait for the leaders. We shouldn't wait for any politicians to come and tell us that my people come. Africa belongs to Black people. So I am begging you, come and team up with the locals and let's fight together. Don't listen to the leaders, Black Americans. Don't listen to the leaders. Come by yourself. Don't wait till any politician or don't wait till any person tells you you have to come. When you have to follow politicians, it's like the politicians are still slave masters. Yes. They are still slaving us. The politicians are still slaving us. So every Black American or anybody that lives overseas that have a faith that believes that is from Africa, come.
Not just Black Americans, Black Brits, Black Caribbeans, Black Asians, Black anyone.
Anyone that lives in the diaspora comes to Africa, come to Ghana, come to Nigeria, come to Cameroon, go to Togo, and come and let's vibe together. Let's make one. Don't let us listen to the politicians. The politicians are trickish. They trick people. So if you are to say year of no return, like us, some of African leaders tells you it's year of no return. Come, the land are free. We will do this. You see, it's never been done. So I'm begging you, don't let us listen to any politicians. Comes to Africa by yourself and make sure you go on the rightful channel to purchase whatever you want in Africa. And one thing I might tell to my African brothers and sisters, let us, everything is not money. It's not money. Everything is not money. You can get the money, but you won't get some things I need. My people in Africa, let's make one and let's help each other. Not all money. I know a lot of Black Americans there. As soon as you tell them let's go to Africa, it tells you the Africans, everybody is saying money.
It's not just about us bringing money. It's about us bringing the skills we have too, to help build the businesses, the websites, the digital, everything. You know, it's things that we have learned in the West that we can bring here. And I think what makes it different when Black Americans come versus the Chinese or the white Americans is we don't come with this savior complex. We don't feel like we're trying to save or help. We come to build with. We see, normally the Chinese see you here, them here. Me as a Black American, we're one and one. We're next to each other. There is no, but see, and that's why I say that we really need to have more Black Americans come and invest and build these relationships.
You're right. I've been meeting a lot of Americans, Black people.
What do they say? What do they normally say?
Most of them are saying that as soon as they get to Africa, when they come here, somebody say money. When they come here, somebody say money. When they come here, somebody say money.
That is true. As a Black American, I will say that is true too, because it is, and that's the thing too. I feel like we as Black Americans, we're so excited to return home. We're so excited to come, and then we get here, but it's almost like the local people just want to extort us. They just want money. They just want to rip us off, and so it kind of puts a bad taste in our mouths because we come here with such an open mind. We just want to come home. We want to be like you and come home, but they come and they, like the dude, 1,000 CDs. Is he crazy? You know, and it's so extortion.
You're right. So what I'm trying to tell any Black person that lives in diaspora, Africa needs to change. Africa needs to be better than before. So let's team up and let's make sure we can do better things to help Africa.
But it's also the leadership, the government too. Because again, the false promises, what happens when I sell everything I have in America and then I get here and there's no land? Or the promise, they fall through. Like, I'm sure you've heard of Asebo Village.
I know about it.
You know about Asebo?
Yeah, I know about it. That's why I'm telling you we shouldn't focus on the leaders. Let's come to Africa and then goes on the rightful channel to purchase whatever you want to have.
Let's go take a look, brother. Listen, brother. as much as we want Black Americans to come here, you want Black Americans to come here, some Black Americans are still enslaved they're enslaved to capitalism, to the money, to America. So, you know, it's not every Black American thinks like some of us. Like, not every Black American sees Africa as the homeland or the place to come to or the place to be. Some see it as villages and dirt and huts, and
that's how people.
That's the white man who has driven the wedge between us. Because even so, when you're in America as a Black American, do you know it is very common that Nigerian Americans or actual African Americans from Africa do not like Black people?
I know.
You go to the States, they think we're lazy, they think this, they think that.
I know.
And here in the motherland, they are fed lies about us before they're even over there.
You're right.
So it's how do we even build a community when there's this wedge between us?
You're right. You're right. So my advice to every Black people that lives in overseas is look at how American is right now. America is now crazy. So I'm just trying to beg any Black American to think about Africa. Because if Trump is to spend 4 years in office, I don't know what's gonna happen to every Black people. So I'm begging everyone.
Well, look, we ain't gonna let nothing happen. We ain't gonna let nothing. We not gonna let nothing happen. We not. They gonna try, but I'm telling you, we not letting it happen. It will be a civil war if they try.
Wow.
It will. I swear to God, it'll be a civil war if they try, because we are strong. And we are, first of all, we built America.
You're right.
We built it.
You're right.
So they can't take something that is rightfully ours.
You're right.
You know? But I think so many Americans, especially Black Americans, they see themselves as, it's interesting because I never saw myself as a Black American. In America, I'm Black. Because everyone's American.
That's how my wife also says.
But then I go, you know, to Europe, I go to the Middle East, I come here, Black American. Because it makes a difference. And people see you differently. And I feel like, you know, some Black Americans in the States, they're so ingrained to the idea of being American and the Americanism that they cannot let that go.
Right.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with having pride in your country. I think everyone should. But what they don't understand is that is not our home.
You're right.
It's our land, but it's not our home.
America can never be a Black man's home.
Never.
Right.
Never. It was built to not be for us.
Built
by us, not for us.
You're right. You're right. So
what are we looking at now,
You
brother?
see the long monument over there. Let's go closer to the monument. That's a drinking fountain by the governor of the Gold Coast, 1910. Most of the slave masters that were having an affair with our great-great-grandparents, this is where they do fetch water here in 1910. And it was built by the governor of the Gold Coast. The slave masters that were like after slavery, right, that way they feel like Ghana is good, they want to stay and then like be with our women here. The people in this community doesn't accept them to go, for them to have their personal like houses here. So they have their slave masters quarters, but they don't have a water there. So this is where they do fetch water.
So they will have a house, but they have to come here for water.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
The slave masters.
Yes, please.
But not the local people.
Not the local people.
I see.
And then that's
Does it still work?
It's still no more working. That's a local name for Jamestown. Odo Diodo.
Odo Diodo.
Yeah. So and then the Brown Long Monument. It is a grave of one North American, Master and Supercargo.
An American?
Yeah, North American, Master and Supercargo. He's the Western's notorious slave master that ships a lot of slaves to so many countries.
So why did they make a grave for him?
After slavery, he raped a lot of Black women to have children with. So when we caught his name in Jamestown, 17 to 20% of Black people in Jamestown carries his name here, Davidson. Yeah, the reason why we have to have this monument here is that he has a lot of children. They're almost 17 to 18, like 17% to 18% of Black people in Jamestown carries his name, Davidson.
So are those 17 to 18%, are they wealthier? Are they better off? Are they, like, you know, because they were descendants of this man, today, are they better off than the average Ghanaian, or are they?
Most of them even feel bad to have that name because
Right.
they don't like him of the stories they've been hearing about him. So it makes a lot of like people that has his name very sad of this mono. Even his great grandchildren wants to like break it down, but it have to stand as an evidence because the name keep generating. Generating. And that's why we still have it.
This is the fort now, right?
This is the front view of the British fort. Used as a slavery activities. After they stopped the slavery.
So how come it hasn't been restored?
Right now it's under UNESCO.
Ah, it's a UNESCO site.
Yeah, UNESCO site. After they stopped the slavery, it became prison. So the first Prime Minister, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, was being jailed there in 1950 before it became Prime Minister. So inside over the slave marketing place, gate of no return, female prison and a male prison all inside there. And then the prison was just abandoned on 2007.
So pretty recent.
Empty. Yeah, it's empty. And then that's the palace of the British Palace. The British Palace is known as English.
So what's this?
That's the palace of the British. And every palace have to hold as a lion in front of the main gate because it's to withdraw your attention and it's to tell you that the warriors are there. So as soon as you see the warriors, you see the lions, it tells you that this is not just a house to joke there. And then the name of the palace is English Alata Manche Palace. Jamestown, British, Accra. And then the word English means English. That refers to the Gan tribe. The Gans, we know that the slave masters that came from the UK. This is where they settled. So English means England. And then the word Alata refers to the Gans. The Gans originally migrated from Israel to Sudan. From Sudan to Nigeria. So the word Alata means Nigeria.
So English Nigeria, England Nigeria.
Yes, please.
The England Nigeria Palace.
Yes, please.
But so this is the courtyard.
That's the courtyard is inside.
But I'm saying where these kids are playing.
That's since from infancy, from generation to generation. If you were born and raised in Jamestown and you haven't played football here, you are not from Jamestown. So that's the park for the youth because the king of Jamestown loves to see his kids playing soccer.
So did this build used to be a building? Did it used to be something, or has it always?
It's always like this.
Always, even when the English were here, it was always
like this.
I see.
Always like this.
Wow.
We're going to see the boundary between the Dutch and the British.
So there's a boundary.
Yes, please. The Bible House used to be the British slave masters' headquarters. Whenever they are shipping slaves, this is where they come in there and then book an appointment before they
to look at them, to examine them,
before they can ship the slaves.
Wow.
But now it's turned into a Bible house.
So do you know about like what was the breaking of the African person like?
Come again?
The breaking of them.
The breaking.
You know what I mean? Like you had to beat them and mentally break them for them to accept that they were enslaved.
Yeah, what happened is that, thank you for that question once again. What happened is that before the slave masters came in here, they have planned already. They know what they are coming to do. And they know what if they are provide to us, they might follow them. So they also came with their natural resources, kennels, alcohol, mirrors, gunpowders, to deceive us. Guns and you know, black people, moreover, we like, whenever we see a death or we see someone someone have shoot, we know there's a power in gun.
Yeah.
So most of our people here do afraid of the gun. Okay, so slave master, whatever you tell us, we gotta follow and then listen to your vibe. So let's go. We're going this way.
Before you explain, what part did the Chinese own? Is it that?
Oh yeah, it's under the Chinese, everything.
So did they rebuild it?
There was a population of 17 houses, which all were wooden houses, due to political reasons. And now the Chinese owns it. Moreover, this was the first export and harbor we have by the British. When we had independence 1957, The Prime Minister abandoned the port and harbour we have by the British to Tema. So over 17,000 population of local Ghanaian people lives right here. But due to political reasons, the leaders and the Chinese make one and break over 17,000 houses down, and now it's under the Chinese, which we were using this local boat to fish. And this boat really goes very far to fish, goes to Nigeria, Togo, and so 200 miles to 300 miles to fish. But now very soon when you come here, you see all these boats, they'll relocate this boat and they use the Chinese boats all over here.
Wow.
So this is just 6 years going to 7 years now.
And this is all new, rebuilt by the Chinese.
This is all new.
Wow.
So you see where the stones are?
Yeah.
Used to be the pier, the slave tunnel.
Like
that slave walk underground, and then they appears there, and then the ships are there waiting for them. And
underground.
To so many countries. So now the Chinese man has made it a sea defense. But in the time that the Chinese hasn't been here, it was you can see the wall, you can see the bridge,
tunnel.
Yeah, you can see the tunnel. And then a lot of Ghanaian slaves were slaves that picked from here to Brazil in Sabado by here. Most of them returned back in 1830s and settled in the Dutch area. So when
they came back?
Yeah, they came back in 1830s and settled in the Dutch area. So you see that green building over there, that's a Brazilian house, that's a Portuguese section. When you are to walk on that side, that is Portuguese. So there's a house over there known as a Brazilian house. There's a street over there known as a Brazilian street. Due to that, we speak good Portuguese. Due to that, we have a lot of Portuguese names. Names like Azuma, Nelson, Nutro. These are all Portuguese names we have over here. And then this was the boundary between the Dutch and the British. When you walk this way, this is Dutch, which is known as Sempe. And that's the Sempe Palace they are building, the top one. It's called Sempe Palace. And then when you walk this way, this is British, which known as Ododo Diodo.
So did they stay on their sides or did they coalesce?
Because each and everyone wants more slaves, so they have to put borders into their town, so that the British will not go into the Dutch town, the Dutch will not go into the Danish town. So they have boundaries. But later when British came, British fight everyone out and then owns every fort and castles.
If you've been enjoying this journey through Jamestown, don't leave just yet, because part 2 is on the way, and it goes even deeper into the stories, the people, and the history that make this place unforgettable. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it, and tap the bell so you're the first to know when it drops. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and let me know what you want to see more of.